Hey, everybody, and thank you all for tuning in for this Thursday's virtual edition of The Missing. For those of you who don't know, every Thursday we bring in a family that we featured in our series, The Missing, a family member who has a loved one who's vanished. They have no answers. And this is our way of really just keeping these people's names in the limelight, making sure that they're not forgotten, and just checking back in with these families to see if there's anything that they can update us on or anything we can do to help them. Today we are going to replay the story of Andre Moten Jr. And then after I play a piece of his story, we'll be joined by his father, Andre Moten Sr. This is one of those stories that really had circumstances that kind of made you scratch your head and just go, what? Like how the math wasn't adding up, so to say. So we have that story that we're going to play for you, and we have his father joining us to kind of talk about, what happened and where we are today. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video clip for you right now.
And then they came running over here talking about reporting them missing. It was like, something ain't right.
Andre Moten Sr. hasn't seen his youngest son, Andre Moten Jr., since October 19th of 2019. Andre Jr. left his father's home around 2 a.m. that morning, allegedly after taking a phone call from a friend.
They claimed that he was with a female, but they didn't see the female.
Later on that same day, before his family knew anything was out of the ordinary, two of Andre Jr.'s childhood friends came to his home on Timber Forest Drive in Atascocita in a panic.
I mean, it was a lot of strange things going on in between that time as far as a person searching for him in woods and stuff like that, which was strange.
Who was searching for him?
One of his friends.
Okay.
Went searching for him, digging through his car, all kind of stuff. It was really weird. I mean, he even wanted the surveillance from the apartment, the lease office up front. And I was like, why is he going through all that? When he was saying that he know where they dump bodies at and type of stuff like all type of stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you think he knew something that you didn't?
I know he did.
Nearly 4 years have passed, and Andre Jr. hasn't been seen or heard from. He would be 26 years old today. His father says Precinct 4 deputies investigated and conducted lie detector tests on his friends. But his family still hasn't gotten any answers or even a clue as to what could have happened to him.
We have no leads. We have no leads. Okay, why not?
I want to go ahead and bring in Andre Moten Sr. Andre, thank you for being with us today. One of the things that really stood out to me about your story was that when these friends showed up to your house, you had no idea Andre was even missing. I mean, they showed up in a panic and you were kind of blindsided.
Correct.
Talk to us about that.
Well, like I said before, it was strange because I knew they were supposed to went to a party at Prairie View or something like that or the other, but it wasn't even 24 hours. But you come here and say that report him missing. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. And, when I told the deputy about that, they said it would take 24 hours for you to file a report or whatever. I had to wait. And it seemed like they didn't take it serious. It was more like he just probably don't want to be bothered, or he just out having a good time with some girl. So, and like I say, I tell the story over and over to people, and it's just nothing gets done.
Yeah. Our story, or after our story aired, what was the reaction from the community where you live and also from detectives? I mean, did you get any tips? Did anything come of it, after we aired the story?
Not really, but I did, around the neighborhood, I saw someone had placed flyers out for about that. They were in Spanish, and I got a good idea who probably done it, but I didn't want to too much speak on it. because I know my aunt, she's been real worried about it,
Mhm.
and she has a podcast herself, and she's really into it. She's really digging, and she's seeking
So,
out a lot of help from other folks.
yeah. So, I mean, pretty much detectives have you heard anything recently, I guess, from detectives?
No, not anything.
So
Not
you're
anything.
still in the same place, essentially that we left you.
Correct. Same place. It's just that I'm me, and myself and my parts of my family. We're doing things on our end to
Mhm.
keep it going.
What are you guys doing? Aside, I know
Like
there's your his aunt has a podcast and things of that sort, but I mean, what else have you guys kind of been able to do?
well, they have an organization that she's with, and I didn't too much want to speak on it because at the same time I wasn't supposed to know anything about it.
Well, we don't have to. Yeah, if it's something you can't speak on, I mean, we don't have to address that. But I mean, I know the last time we spoke, the interview was actually pretty the end of it, emotional, and I do have a clip of that I want to play, where you said some people have been giving up, um, but you weren't. So if I can, I'm just going to play this clip really quick because I think it's profound and I think it really speaks to what fathers like yourself, what mothers, what people who, when their loved ones come up missing, what they're feeling, that people just can't fathom unless they're going through it. So let me just play this really quickly.
Okay.
If you a friend and y'all been knowing each other for this long, if y'all know anything, say something. Because if you innocent, you ain't gonna get in trouble.
And what did they say?
It was quiet. Quietness.
Andre Jr. is one of 6 siblings and a college student who loves playing basketball. His father describes him as a good brother who has never been in any kind of trouble with the law.
That's him and his sister.
Andre's disappearance has been agonizing for his family. Some of them have come to terms with the possibility that he may no longer be alive. But for this father, it's a fate that he refuses to accept.
What has this past 3 years been like for your family? I mean,
It's been tough. Well, what my wife, what she said, she know he's gone. I haven't processed it. I think my wife has somewhat more than me.
do you think your son's still alive?
Put it like this. When the doorknob turned, I expect to see him.
Has that changed? Have you found, I guess, any more closure from the time that we spoke to you?
No, it hasn't. I still feel the same way because, like I said, I just don't believe anybody just can just come up missing and vanish in thin air. So I know it's answers out there somewhere. Somebody knows,
Mm-hmm.
and with me, I'm patient, so I know time will tell. And you never know. Anything is possible.
Yeah. I know when we spoke, I did ask, do these friends know more than they're saying? Do you think that's the case? Have you seen these friends around since the story aired?
No, haven't seen them, but they, me myself, I don't want to put myself in a position to they be contacted or anything by them anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, because it brings back a lot of things within me that it just don't sit right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I can say on that one.
What I guess what's next for you all? I mean, in this we're checking back in. It's been what, going on 4 years now since
Yes.
it's been missing.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's hard to ask, what I mean, what do you do next? Because what can you do when you don't know where someone is? But I mean, I guess, how is your family working on healing or moving forward?
Well, they try not to talk about it as much, but it still comes up. Um, like I say, we just living, the life that we have. Like go to work and come home and spend time with each other, and just sometimes we talk about the good old days, and
Mm,
but it's a lot of them. They can't process that because they don't want to talk about and then even within my household, it's kind of everybody kind of testing themselves.
mm.
Yeah, so that is that changed.
Yeah. It can really, would you say it's changed kind of the structure of the family what you guys had versus what it is now?
Yes, yes, that changed.
Yeah.
The things that we used to do, we don't do. Like as far as even when you showed on the videos, us sitting here listening to the music, dancing, just enjoying ourselves and having fun. Is like everybody now is to themselves,
Mm.
and they do what they're gonna do, and
It's
it's
changed.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. There's somebody out there who knows something. There's somebody out there who heard something, maybe even saw something. What is your message to anyone who might see this, on our Facebook or website or, virtually, who has a memory or has something that they've been holding in?
Just speak up. That's all that's what I tell them. Just speak up. That's
Can you explain to people how not knowing is worse than maybe knowing, if something bad did happen, would it be better to know?
yes, to me it would be because not knowing, you just don't have that closure, and then you feeling like something is missing in your heart or part of you, and
Mhm.
it's you like going down the street, you see someone that remind you of him, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
he looks like Andre, you
Wow.
know, and you just start that cycle over in your mind again of what you can do and how
Yeah.
stuff like that, it just starts all over. And that's
Yeah.
just like when my wife told me the other day, she saw this young guy and she just started crying because she
Mm.
said he reminded her of him.
Yeah. And I think that's a important reason of why we do this series, The Missing, and why we've started this virtually, because otherwise a lot of these stories will go untold. And I think we hope that it just helps you guys being able to keep the names out there, and to be able to continue sharing the stories, of your loved ones, just knowing that they're not forgotten, and that there's a chance that someone might scroll on our website or Facebook or YouTube and see this video, and maybe this will be the one that will make someone say, okay, let me do the right thing and let me speak up. So
Yeah.
um, is there anything else, before we kind of wrap it up, or is there anything else that you would like to say, or that you think we're leaving out, or just that you would like to add?
No, not really. It's like, because like I said before, I tell the story over and over,
Mhm.
and to me it do get a little bit of, a little tiresome because
Yeah.
I want something to happen. I want it to move forward. I want to know something
Mhm.
because I
Yeah.
know somebody knows, it just somebody knows something.
Yeah. Well, Andre, thank you. I know that it's hard to kind of relive and talk about, and have us calling you to do these, but I thank you for taking the time out to do it. And I want to say to everyone at home who is watching this right now, you can watch Andre Moten Jr.'s full story on fox26houston.com. We have a section called The Missing. You can go there. Not only can you watch his story, you can watch dozens of other stories. There's so many families like Andre Moten Sr. and his family whose loved ones have just vanished and they have no answers. And they're living every day, trying to live every day, and trying to move forward without those answers. So if you're at home, I always say before I end every segment, if you have time to scroll through TikTok and to scroll through Facebook and to scroll through Instagram, take a second and scroll through the people who are missing in your community, because you never know what you might see, what you might remember. And if you do see something or recognize something, do the right thing and speak up, because there are so many families that need closure. Andre, thank you for being here again.
You're welcome.
We will have a new segment of The Missing airing next Monday, or this coming Monday. So we do want you guys to tune in for that. And of course, follow me on Gabby Hart News on Facebook and Gabby Hart News on Twitter for updates on all of these stories and all of the missing person stories that we cover. So until next time, thank you guys for tuning in.